Hi, James. I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. A real pleasure to be able to speak to you today. So, Slow Horses, I mean, what a show. I think it's been one of these which, obviously, right from the get go, was entirely gripping, but it's almost been a bit of a word of mouth hit. And the fan base just seems to have grown and grown. And people are just so invested, excuse me, in this bunch of misfits. So, tell us about coming on board with the show. And I guess, what is it like joining something that's already been quite established? You know, the cast all know each other. Is there any kind of different dynamic for you coming in as a newcomer?
Slow Horses is like a family. I mean, like the production unit of it is a very, very well-oiled machine. Yes, like these guys really know each other after working with each other for some time and really get on. It really does feel like being part of a family. The whole cast and the crew, and you're like the new member of the family, or like some the uncle who they haven't met yet on some other side of the family. You have the lines, you've got the script, you know what you're going to do. You don't necessarily know how you're going to do it, if you know what I mean. That's like the fun of finding out like what the scene's about. Yes, very close and supportive, fun. It's an amazing place to go to work.
And what about finding this character, Claude Wheen? I mean, he's kind of, definitely got that sort of politician's way of holding himself, can be a bit slippery at times. You share some incredible scenes with Kristen Scott Thomas. This is such an amazing dynamic between your two characters. So how did you find playing Claude and also working off particularly with Kristen?
The whole thing has been such a joy. I feel like thinking about like this is like there's so many people to thank. Kristen is just incredible, really incredible. And some of the scenes are so much fun. It's like you'd almost like it to be a play, that you're going to be doing it night after night and find different inflections and things because there's a mine of material. It was tremendous fun. Working with Kristen has just been, I suppose, like next level. It's like she brings so much to the role, and I think that's the idea. Really, watching it as well now is like you think that people are like this. That is who they are, but that's not who we are. It's. I think that basically my idea or trajectory after Ingrid, who's kind of gone a bit lone wolf. The service is after somebody who's inverted commas, a safe pair of hands or a safer pair of hands and is not going to do something unhinged. Although I used to describe it because, like, this thing that we're watching now is something that we shot last year. To a degree, thinks that he can learn on the job. It's really not a good not a good place to start. And I think the thing I was thinking of yesterday is that essentially he lacks Ruth. He is Ruth. He's not ruthless to the degree that other people are. So I described it as a bit like a dog, like learning to swim with sharks. We've all been in situations where you look at somebody personnel wise and you're like, did that, how, what, sorry? They, what is that? What now? And sooner or later, it all comes out in the wash. It's like, and it's quite British, I think. There's kind of, you're shuffled on before you're shuffled off. That's been it's a wonderful dynamic. It reminds me as well of there's a kid thing about like, I want to be in charge. No, I want to be in charge. I want to be in charge. I want to be, okay, you're in charge. Great. What should we do? What should we do now?
If from your other roles, I mean, Battlestar, Galactica that you've done, for me, you're always going to be Tom in Bridget Jones, though. Do you get that a lot? And how do you feel about that? And is that got a special place in your heart?
Of course it does. We've just wrapped up on the last. That's also a family, and that's just like you do a gig. You think that it's like something, and you're then doing the same thing with the same people 20 years later, which is really amazing. Is all I can say. It's wonderful. It's all about the writing, the show Slow Horses, and Will Smith, who has written this thing, is pretty amazing.
Thank you so much for your time. Really enjoy the rest of your interviews. Thanks a lot, James.
Thank you very much.